Hello, so today I'll be recording a special message for H2 Chemistry JC1 students covering how to prepare for the H2 Chemistry examinations, as well as how to know whether you are on the right track for the H2 Chemistry A-levels examinations. So firstly, to all JC1 students, it's very important that you set the right foundation for H2 Chemistry, because H2 Chemistry, like the other H2 science subject, is a progressive subject. That means that each new topic often builds upon and draws upon the foundations that are set by the previous topics, especially the first few topics in the JC1 curriculum. So for each topic, I believe that every student has to attend the school lectures, complete the tutorial worksheet, although this can be done open book. As I've said in a previous video, practicing should first be started using an open book methodology, because you can both refer and reread the notes at the same time while you're doing questions, thus killing two birds with one stone. After that, I believe that most students should at least attempt the topical revision worksheets provided by the school, as this will enable them to practice more on the topic, to be able to build the correct foundation, as well as better retain the fundamental concepts that are learned in the topic. This can first be done open booked before the student can then attempt doing the topical revision worksheet closed book style. And lastly, something that is overlooked by many students for H2 Chemistry is to collate all the definitions for that topic, as well as keywords and the standard answering techniques for the standard questions that always appear for that topic. Before the examinations, students can then refer to this collated sort of memory sheet of definitions and answering techniques to memorize before the examinations. And before every major examinations, for example the JC1 common test or the JC1 promotional examinations that I believe are coming up at the point of me recording this video. So before an exam, students must first do a closed book topical practice for most of the topics, if not for the topics that they are most weak in. Subsequently, students have to refer back to the definitions and the keywords for each topic and make an effort to memorize them, to be able not only to know how to answer the questions, but to score when answering these questions. And lastly, most importantly, practicing past year papers is important for every student to get a feel of how the examination will be like, as well as expose them to a wide range of examination style questions. So, if you are a JC1 student, how do you know whether you are on the right track for studying for H2 Chemistry? So if you have done what I said previously, attended lectures, completed tutorial worksheets, at least attempted topical revision practices, and completed past year papers before examinations, then at least you are doing the right thing. But are you on the track to score a good result for H2 Chemistry in your final A-level examinations? So how much should you be scoring at this stage? Well, this question is difficult for someone to answer, because there is 3 stages in mastering H2 Chemistry. The first is mastering conceptual textbook understanding, meaning that when you read through the textbook or the lecture notes, you are able to follow and understand what they are trying to say. But the second level, which is a higher level, is understanding how to apply this conceptual understanding to answering questions. And the last, highest level of mastery in H2 Chemistry is not only knowing how to answer exam questions, but how to score well in these questions, which requires a bit of exam skills as well, which I will cover in a future video. So because there are these 3 levels of understanding, at the early stage of JC1, grades may not be the best reflection of how well you are doing in H2 Chemistry. The best way is if you know why you are not scoring well in your tests and examinations. Well, I can just say that the reason why you are not scoring well should not be because you don't even understand what is written in your lecture notes. If you open your lecture notes or a textbook or whatever, and see the words there looking like Egyptian hieroglyphics to you, then that is a clear sign that something has gone wrong. Because JC1 is for you to build up the fundamental conceptual understanding that can equip you to understand the concepts being taught in JC2. So you may not be scoring exceptionally well because you don't have the exam skills. You may not even be scoring a B, right? Because you don't fully understand how to apply the concepts to the questions. But the very basic thing you must be able to master at this stage is at least understanding what is written in your lecture notes. So knowing how to apply this conceptual understanding from lecture notes and exam skills, right, comes with practice. You'll get a lot of them in JC2. So not to worry too much about that. However, a word of advice from me is that consistent effort throughout the 2 years reaps the best rewards when it comes to the A-levels examinations. That means it is possible. It is possible to rush and try to catch up in JC2. But that is extremely tiring and may not be, and it's definitely not the most effective or most foolproof method to score well in the A-levels examinations. The best, most fail-safe method is consistent effort throughout the 2 years. So what about things like CCAs that you may be busy with at this current moment? So well, it is definitely important to have activities that you enjoy and which allow you to de-stress throughout the course of your JC life, as well as giving opportunities to you to socialize and make new friends, right? That is very important, of course. But you must ask yourself also, are you spending too much time in it? Time is a resource, and so you have to do your own cost-benefit analysis for how much time you are spending on your CCA versus spending on other things such as time with family, right? Time doing sports and exercise, and obviously time studying for A-levels examinations. So you may then ask, oh, but portfolio is certainly important, right? Having CCA achievements. So maybe it's not right for me to de-emphasize CCA so much. However, I must first point out that only A-level results matter for admission into most university courses for the local autonomous universities. That is to say, even with the existence of discretionary admission, right, that means admission through things other than grades, it is far easier for you to get into a university course with grades alone and with no CCA achievement than with brilliant CCA achievements but subpar grades. You can easily get into the course that you want, right, barring a few interview courses such as medicine, right, but you can easily get into the course that you want if you have stellar grades. However, you will find it exceedingly difficult and frustrating to get into the course that you want if you have subpar grades, even if you have very, very brilliant CCA records. Then what about scholarships, right? So most scholarships require close to or even exactly 90 rank points, which is the full points you can get from the A-levels examinations, before they even bother to call you out for an interview where they will consider your CCA achievements. So definitely, at least in the Singapore education system, grades matter far more than any CCA or external curricular achievements. So it's very important that you make the right choice in this journey in your JC life as well. Make sure that you make a choice that not only allows you to enjoy relatively your time in junior college, but also make full use of the time to do what is best for your future career path ahead. Thank you.